Good morning, students. Today we are going to read the topic images in HTML. Now, students, whenever you surf internet and see the web pages of any given websites, you will find images in them. By image, I mean photos in them. These photos can be .jpg photo or .gif photo or .png photos. Students, there are different types of photos which HTML supports. Therefore, web pages shows these type of photographs. Students, we can also learn and create web pages that would contain photographs. And today we are going to do exactly the same thing. That is, we are going to create web pages for us in which we will have photographs even. In the previous class, we had learned to maintain texts, either while we did about lists, then also we talked of texts only, and when we actually came and understood tables. Tables were also nothing but written text. But today we are going to understand how we can put images, that is photographs, in our web pages. Students, what I have done is I have downloaded 2 photographs from internet and kept it in my folder. I'll today first show you these photographs. So I'll go to the folder. I have kept it in C drive, students. So I'm going to C drive, and in C drive there is a folder which I have made, and that folder is say images. So images is the folder within which I have kept these photographs. You can well see, students, 2 photographs are of the pyramids of Egypt and 1 photograph is of Taj Mahal, Agra. So you have seen these photographs here, students. I'll also open it up before you through a photo viewer. So Windows photo viewer I am using. I am only showing you. So this is one of the photograph which I have today, and this is the photograph of pyramid which we have. What we are going to do is we are trying to put these photographs in our web page. So today we will make 3 web pages for us, and these 3 web pages would have photographs of pyramid and photograph of Taj Mahal. So let us start. So I close this and I go to Notepad and start writing the code, students. Please see the codes properly. See, students, always we start with HTML, we all know now, and within HTML we have a head part. The head part contains title, and today's title for us is learning to create web pages that contain images. So this is our title. We will put today this title because it is the relevant title for us today. This is the work which we are going to do. Now we are going to the body part, students. So this is our body part. First of all, I will tell you that there is a very simple way to put a photograph on the web page body using the body tag even, students. So we'll write that attribute of body tag. The attribute is background attribute, and we'll write here which image. Let us say Taj. We want to go for Taj.jpg. But students, this Taj.jpg is not at all in the same given folder from where we started Notepad. It is in which folder? It is in C drive's images folder. So the total given path we will have to give where actually this photograph taj.jpg is. As we saw, taj.jpg was in C drive's images folder, so we have given the total path. And we do nothing, we close this body. Even we close the body tag, we close HTML tag. Now students, so simple, we have created a web page, and this simple web page will help us to see photographs on the web page. Which photograph we will see, students? We will see Taj Mahal. Let us first save the file. So we will save the file, and where we are saving it? We are saving it in desktop. And students, you remember the actual photograph is in C drive images folder. So our HTML program and the photographs are residing in different areas of our computer. The HTML program is residing in the desktop, and the images which we have, that is particularly here the Taj Mahal image, that is within C drives, that is C folders. Within that we have images folder, and within that this Taj Mahal is kept. So let us give the name image.htm because we are trying to put image, and we press save. As we press save, what happens? Let us close it and see, magically the image given web page is ready for us. So we'll open this using Google Chrome, and do we see an image or not? Oh my goodness, we have seen the image here. The image has come. So students, you are seeing the Taj Mahal here. But students, we had only put one Taj Mahal image here. But that Taj Mahal image was so small that it could not cover the whole screen. So what our computer did was, it actually made copies of that image of Taj Mahal to cover the whole background, because we had said we want to see this image at our background. Background means the whole screen of the web page. So the whole screen had to be covered. And how did my computer cover it? The computer created copies of the same image so that it could cover every part of the background of the web page. But students, I know you would not like it because you wanted only one image to be shown, not the whole background to be shown by the image. Because with image, you may want to write something also. So what we'll do is, we'll close it, and now we'll see how we can keep only one image instead of copying the image more than once and keeping it at every part of the background. So we will go to Notepad, and we will not use background because we don't want the whole background to be covered with the image. We will use something else. There is a tag, student, img tag. Img tag in HTML is used for giving images to web pages, that is putting images to web pages. And what is the way of writing it? We write img src. Src means source. Which image? We will write within src the actual image which we want to put. So we will write here src is equal to C. Suppose we are going for the same Taj Mahal image, so we will write src is equal to C images, and within images what? Taj.jpg. Why we are giving the name Taj.jpg? Because the name of the file of that image is Taj.jpg, and we will close it. Suppose we want the pyramid also, so we will write img src again for a new given photo, and here also we will write C drive images and p1.jpg. We had one of the pyramids file name as p1 which contained the image, and the other had been given the name P. Let us put that image also. So let us copy the same code again, paste it down, and copy paste means student we can do Ctrl C Ctrl V and put p.jpg. Why have we put P1, P and Taj? Let us see. Do you remember students? I will go to C drive again to help you know. Within C drive, within images, we have P, P1 and Taj. So these are the three images. See, we have two different images of pyramid. So I have kept both of them. And there is an image of Taj Mahal that we also want to see in our web page. So now I'll close it. Again open our program. And now it's time to run this. So I'll save my new code, whatever new things we have written, I'll save that. And what is the name we'll give? Image.html and save it. So we save it. Now as we save it, let us see what happened now. We have three images. See, Taj Mahal image, the image of the pyramid, the first image of the pyramid, one more image of the pyramid. So we have three images. But do you see that the size of these three images are different? Now why the size of the images became different? The size of the image became different because when I downloaded, they were of different sizes. But can we make the sizes equal? So let us see whether we can make the sizes equal or not. What we can do to make changes in the sizes when these given images are being shown on the web page. I will change the size of these images. How I will change? Let us see. I will go to this image, go to Notepad, and I will do nothing but I will add few given attributes here. We will write height is equal to 200 or say 150. Let us keep it 150, and width is also equal to 150. The same thing, same given size, that is same given height and same given width. Let us put the same given height and width to even p1.jpg and even p.jpg. Now I have changed the height and width of all these three images and I have tried to make them equal because each of them have the height 150 and width also 150. Students said 150 is number of pixels, picture elements, which we had talked in the previous class. So the unit for height and width is picture element. Here you can even give percentage of the whole web page. If you had given height is equal to 50%, that means you all know half of the web page vertically, and if you had given width is equal to 25%, say, that meant that you wanted 1/4 of the total width of the web page to be used for the image, but here we are giving it in pixels. Now let us save it. So we go and save the file. We saved it and reopen it using our Google Chrome. So we now reopen using Google Chrome, and you can well see these three pictures are of the same size now. They all are of 150 pixels. So students, this is how we can put the pictures here. Now students, one thing, does these given pictures have border around it? Remember, in tables also we used to give border. We can give border here also. But in tables, the border attribute used to take only one of the two values, that is either 0 or 1. 0 means no border and 1 means border is there. But here in our images, we can give borders of different emphasis, that is different width. Let us see. I will use different width for the border. See, border for Taj Mahal I will put it to be 10. So border is equal to 10. But for say border for our pyramids image, one of the pyramids image, let us put it as 15, and let us say for the third image we put the border to be 5. You will see difference in their width. Let us see how it works. So I again save it. But you are learning few attributes. You have learned height, you have learned width, you have learned border attribute of img tag, and you have also learned the src attribute, which is inevitable, that has to be written if you want an image. Now save it and let us again open it using Google Chrome. See students, middle one was 15, so the image has a border which is really very thick. Taj Mahal image has a border of size 10, but the border of the second pyramid is, what was it student? 5. So it is bit less thicker than the other two. So as the border sizes are different, so the height and the size of the image also is changing with the border, but internal image are equal in all the three given images. These borders are of 150 by 150 pixels. Now students, they are at the left side of the screen, that is left side of the web page. Can we change their alignment? Can we put it at the right? Let us see students whether we can do it or not. Is there any attribute that helps us to change the alignment? So let us change it. But what we will do is, we will do one thing. We will put the third image at the right. We will write align is equal to RIGHT, right. Let the alignment of the third image be right. Let us see what happens if we do that. Now save it and open it using Google Chrome. See, the third image went to the right. Can anything else be done? Let us see whether we can put an image at the center or not. Is it possible or not? So we go to the notepad again and try to explore or experiment whether we can put something at the center or not. So we'll write align is equal to center. Let us see whether it works or not. So we came here. We are again going to Google Chrome. So it changed a bit. But where is it? It is taking the center of both the images. That is, it is starting from the center. So did you see students what center means? It means where the size of the image, it takes half of the size. There is one more thing that we can do. Let us see. We'll try to use these things. There is one more given alignment. We can give align is equal to middle. Let us see what middle means here. So we removed the center and we have given middle here as alignment. So when we go and give middle as alignment, we'll see what happens. Then also it comes at the same place. So middle and center is working similarly. But right went to the right corner of the screen and left is by default. That means if you don't give any alignment, it is at the left. Now students, if we want to change these settings, let us see, we want something. We want image one beneath another, that is one after another vertically. Is it possible? Can we do it? So we'll go to notepad. What we'll do is, we'll remove these alignments now because we have understood what alignment is. And we'll use a tag. If you remember, the tag was BR tag. So if I put BR tag, BR means break the line. Then again BR tag. It also means break the line. And then save it again. We'll see what happens. We'll save it. So what BR does, it breaks the line. So if we now open it, is it going to change the images place? See students, the images are now one below the another. So what did BR tag did? BR tag actually put the image one below the other. So you can use this tag. You had learned this in the first given class. BR tag breaks the line. Now students, with alignment we should understand few more things that I'll tell you. Suppose I want to write Taj Mahal. So how shall I write Taj Mahal? So I'll close this, go to image, open this using notepad, and I will write here, say I'll write here Taj Mahal. Now what is the next thing? What we have here? This is pyramid 1. And what is the third thing we have? This is pyramid 2. Now where does this Taj Mahal word adjust itself in the web page? We'll see that. So we again save and go to image and put Google Chrome at work. See students, Taj Mahal is at the end of the picture Taj Mahal. Pyramid 1 is at the end of the picture Pyramid 1, and Pyramid 2 is at the end of the picture Pyramid 2. Now students, have you seen this? This can be even made bold, but would it not look good if they were at the center? If they were at the center, it would have looked good. If Taj Mahal would have been at the center of the picture Taj Mahal, that is bit above at the center. Can we put it at the center? Let us see these words. So we'll open Google Chrome, we had seen. We'll open Notepad. So we go and open Notepad. Yes, we open Notepad, and here again we'll take work of align, and what we'll write here? Align is equal to middle. We had used this align and saw how picture changed. Again we'll write align is equal to middle. Then again we'll write align is equal to middle. Now we save it again. Now what happened? Is there any change or not? Let us see. Open Google Chrome. You see the pictures are where it were, but these words Taj Mahal, Pyramid 1 and Pyramid 2, they have gone a bit up. Now is this the same thing which center also does? Let us see. If instead of middle we will write center, is this the same thing that comes into work? So we write here center, center, center. So now save it again and we open up Google Chrome and see. Yes students, so center and middle are working in the same way. But if I had written nothing, then the words Taj Mahal, Pyramid 1 and Pyramid 2, these three words actually took the end of the picture while we wanted to label this picture. Can we put these names at the top of each picture? Is it possible to put them at the top of each picture? Let us see. Is there any way? So we'll come here again, we'll go to Notepad and we will write align is equal to top. So the words which label these pictures or the text which are associated with this picture, this is Taj Mahal pyramid, they would be above that given picture. So remember students, top, actually what becomes at the top? The words become at the top of the image. But when we said left, right, the images actually were taking the positions left or right of the screen. But when we said top or middle, the words were changing their place, the images were intact. So with alignment, if you use top, if you use bottom or if you use middle, they are for the words associated with the picture. But left and right is for the picture itself to move from right of the screen to left or left of the screen to right. If you give a line is equal to right, the picture actually moves from left to right. If you give alignment is equal to left, then the picture remains at the left. So now we can see it, we will use it, we will see the words Taj Mahal, Pyramid 1 and Pyramid 2 are taking the top of the picture. The picture is being labeled by these words, but how it is being labeled? It is being labeled by using this word at the top of the picture. So we now see Taj Mahal is at the top of the Taj Mahal picture. You can see pyramid is at the top of the pyramid picture and pyramid 2 is at the top of the pyramid 2 picture. So students, I think you have understood how they work. Let us do something more. We will see whether it works or not. We will go to Notepad and put everything written here within center. What happens we will see. But here center has to be closed. I wrote only center tag now. Now save it. Let us see if there is change or not. See, the three images now are at the center of the screen. So students, you knew how to put the images at the left, you knew how to put the images at the right. Now you can put the images at the center also. So students, you have learned how to put the words around the images, how to put the images itself on the screen, adjust it on the screen. These two are very important students. You have understood these two things. But sometimes what happens, due to our own mistake, one or the other image may not come on the screen. Now what sort of mistake? Let us see. We should do some mistake to understand. We do one thing. We go to Notepad and suppose we give the wrong given web page, we give the wrong given image file name. Say I give Taj Mahal. Maybe I forgot what actually the name of the Taj Mahal image was and I by mistake gave the name tajmahal.jpg, but you all know that it is not the name. What was the name? We can open it and see. The name was only Taj. Within images, the name was Taj only, but by mistake what we are giving? The name is Taj, see? But by mistake, I somehow forgot the name and I am giving Taj Mahal. What will happen? Would the image come or not? Let us see. The image of Taj Mahal is not coming. Students, it is not coming. And within this nothing, if we put our arrow over it, nothing is going to be shown. But suppose if such a mistake occurs, I want to help the viewer of my web page by some statement here. Suppose I want to write, sorry, the image is not present. This statement I want to write. How shall I write that statement? So I will again go to Notepad and now I am going to use something called ALT attribute and I will write here within ALT, sorry, image not ready. Anything of this sort. Maybe I want to say to the viewer of my web page that sorry, image is not ready. I know internally that I have made a mistake, I'll have to correct it, but to that given man who is seeing my web page, I'll write something like this. So what happens? Now see, if the image is not ready, within that place some message is coming, sorry, image not ready. So students, whenever there would be a problem, this given statement will come. So the viewer of your web page will understand, okay, there is some problem, image is not coming. It is the problem of the website or the web page, it is not the problem of the local machine where that man is using or seeing your web page. So he will be actually relaxed that it is a problem of the website, it is not the problem of his own machine, even if the image is not coming. Similarly, I can put this alt in other given images also. I'll come here, put the same thing, because these sort of mistakes can happen to any given statement here of img. So I'll come here and I will copy this, the same given thing, and if suppose sometimes this had been wrong, the p1 file has been deleted say, and I am using this, then also if p1 file is deleted, photo will not be shown. Or p file is deleted, p.jpg is deleted, photo will not be shown. If photo is not being shown, then this given word will come. So save it. Let us see how it looks. Go to Google Chrome and now see nothing written because image successfully came. But if image would not come somehow, let us go and delete. Let us delete p1.jpg. So I went into image. Suppose don't delete it because it will help us, but cut it from here and paste it on the screen, on the desktop. So paste it here. Now it is not in the same folder where we had kept this p1.jpg, but while we actually write it in Notepad, we have given the path C drive, images, then p1.jpg. So it is going to search it there only, the file there only. So now when we open it, see, sorry, image not ready for that given photograph. So I think students have understood. Now one last thing that you should understand is that I had to give the path, that is C drive, images, everything. Why did I need to give those paths? Because I have kept my JPG file and my .html program at different location. Now suppose I cut this given file from here and paste that file in C drive images. Say paste it here. And now let us also paste the p1.jpg back so that no mistakes are there. No need to write that sorry. So cut it from here, paste that also there. Where? Within C drive, images, and paste it here. So everything here. Now if I run this with Google Chrome, no problem for the first two, and we can even correct the for the last two, but we can even correct the first one by again writing instead of Taj Mahal Taj. So now if I run it, what will happen? Now everything would be fit and fine. All the three images would come before us. Now all the three images are coming before us. And what we have done, I had to give the whole path for the images earlier. I gave the whole path for the images. But now students see, I have kept the HTML file as well as these three photographs in the same given folder. So now I don't need to tell HTML the path of the images. HTML will by default search this given folder for the images. So if I even now remove the path, I only write say taj.jpg, then also HTML is going to show these images. Why? Because these images are in the same folder where this HTML program is. So did you see, students, what we did? We removed the path. Now we save it. Now as we save it, if you run it, no problem, because they are in the same folder. Within Google Chrome, we can see these images. But if suppose now I again put this image.htm back to desktop, cut it from here and put it back to desktop. Now run it, it will create a problem. See, sorry, no image is found because we have removed the path and we have kept this image file at a place different from the folder where the photographs are. So what did we learn? We should have images as well as HTML program in the same folder if we don't want to give the path. And if we want to give the path, we can keep them in different folders. So students, I think you have understood how images are used. This is all for today. In the next class, we'll learn yet another important topic, and that is hyperlinking. So students, thank you and have a nice day ahead.